SMOQUES Barbecue Fusion Food Truck. And you might see it around down on WIBX Street and all over. Nick, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
We wanted to bring you on, not to bring you in the midst of a controversy, but to make it very, very clear for people that you are not in the midst of a litigation involving a wedding out on Oneida Lake.
No, it is not me. No.
And I feel terrible. You have to come on the radio and say it's not me, but there's a. But I don't know what else to do except to let people know this charge that this food caterer, they claim, got all of these people, like over 100 people, violently ill.
Yeah,
that's out of Earlville and not you.
Right? No, that's not me. That's So we're a Holy Smoques BBQ Fusion, and we're a food truck, based out of Utica. That's Doug's Holy Smoques Barbecue and Catering out of Earlville, from what I understand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now you do well, not you, but people named Bill Keeler do this too. They have to go around to. I'm not the guy on the radio. That's a different. Bill
I feel
Keeler.
bad for there are like 5 or 6, including my father, that are in this area.
Right.
They can't get pizzas delivered to their house.
I feel
they
terrible for those people. Yeah. Well, Nick, and just talk about what it is that you do.
So we generally most of the stuff that we do is right out of the food truck, and it's barbecue. We do a lot of pulled chicken, pulled pork.
Oof. This pulled pork's great.
Beef brisket here and there, macaroni and cheese, and then we have our specialty dishes. Mac Tacs, loaded salt potatoes, stuff like that. We do a little bit different than everybody else. We kind of stick to the specialty dishes.
So, Nick, talk about the importance now. A lot of people maybe don't realize this, but when you have a food truck, you're held to the same health code standards as a restaurant. It's in a building. Can you talk about that a little?
Oh yeah. So anytime that we're held to the same exact standards as a restaurant is, but even more so once you get into mobile vending, that's a whole nother monster in its own. You really got to be extra precautious. So anytime you're out and about, you figure in a restaurant, you've always got cold storage and or hot storage around you. You get into mobile vending, and sometimes it's just, it's whatever you can take with you.
Sure,
I'm lucky on the food truck that I basically have a full kitchen in the back of the truck. So for me, it's a lot easier than some of the other guys, but you get into the carts and stuff like that. You really just want to be watching your temperatures and make sure that you're holding above 140 for all your non-meats and stuff like that, 165 for your meats. You basically want to just be checking all the time and making sure that your cold storage is staying below 41 degrees and all your hot stuff is staying hot like it's supposed to, or you will run into something that you don't want to. That's for sure. Yeah.
I got to tell you the story that comes out of the Syracuse area on that end of Brewerton, I believe is where it was.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you could become so violently ill with just basic food poisoning,
like mac and cheese,
but with macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
That's why these rules are there. That's why you guys have to follow these rules so very carefully.
Oh yeah, that's it. You listen. Food poisoning is no joke.
Yeah. And
there's so many different variations of the bacteria that you can get through food. And it could be, like you said, something simple as macaroni and cheese. That's what you just really want to make sure that from point A to point B, you're doing what you're supposed to and just monitoring your food temperatures.
So let's repeat this again. You are not the food truck that catered the wedding that happened in Brewerton. Even though it sounds the same, it's spelled differently, a completely different business.
Yes, completely different. No association with us. There's 3 or 4 Holy Smokes in the area.
Oh, there are.
Yep. There was one up in Old Forge, I believe. I don't know if they're there or not anymore. And then there's one in Watertown. There's me, and then there's the gentleman that is having the issues out in Earlville, and then there's also another one out in Albany.
Got it. Wow. Pretty popular name right there.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Everybody's got their own little spelling on it and their own little, ways that it's different, but all still Holy Smoke.
Now, Nick, do you cater events too, like with your food truck? I know you're on Picnic in the Park on Tuesdays. and you do Varick Street. I see you there a lot. But do you do events like that?
So we pretty much are only open to the public at this point. On Tuesdays, a picnic in the park from 4 to 8, and on Thursdays for Saranac Thursdays from 5 until midnight. The rest of the week, we're still booked with weddings, graduation parties, birthday parties, and all that kind of stuff. That's where we're at. We're usually on site somewhere doing a wedding or a graduation party the rest of the week.
It is pretty cool to have barbecue brought right into your backyard.
That's right.
Or a pavilion or somewhere. It's really cool. All right, Nick, we wanted to give you the opportunity to make it very, very clear.
Thank you, and I appreciate it.
Okay. Will you be at Saranac Thursday tonight?
I will be. I'm getting ready to go down there right now.
All right, cool. All right. Well, thanks, man. We appreciate it. Good luck.
You too. Thank you.
Okay.
You know, the
they had, by the way, a big night last night too.
They had the
band,
Stephen Marley and
big national touring bands.
I was just going to say the tension was building like Maury in here. Bill was like, "You are not the same food truck."
Who's your food truck?
When it comes to food poisoning, you are not the one.